Hi, how's everyone? Welcome back. Hello and welcome if you're new. I'm glad you found me. We are doing the love reading today. Love with the fairies. We're using the Fairy Oracle deck by Brian Froud, the vice versa deck for clarifiers. And I think we'll get a Angels and Ancestors Oracle message. And if called to do so, we'll get some love quotes. Hopefully it won't be too long. What in my incense? Oop, that went fast. So we'll get one for person A, or person one, person two, and then the health of the connection in the middle. Wow, we've got person one here. Ding, ding, ding. Nellis the alchemist. Okay, this always has temperance energy, alchemizing something, making something out of nothing. Oh, what's that song? Air Supply, making love out of nothing at all. Oh my goodness. If I could remember the lyrics to that, oh my, it's been forever. We've got the singer of courage. Okay, somebody, person B or person two, is having to draw on some courage. Okay, let's get the one for the connect. Oh, that's too many. Connection in general, please. The health of the connection. Or is that the connection? Nope. Okay, one for the connection. Like the Myomancer's taking its time. Okay, small clues, messages, omens, portents, signs, details, and patterns in the small. Okay. All right. So, on the bottom of the deck is, ooh, a new beginning. My goodness. This card, for this deck, you're supposed to draw on it. You're supposed to draw another fairy that's supposed to, be, like a leader in the deck, but I didn't draw anything on it yet. So to me, this is just like a blank slate. There's a blank slate on the bottom of the energy here. So there could be a new beginning. There could be somebody trying to start over. Person one, we have Nellis the Alchemist, a new path. Wow, realignment, irrevocable change, alchemy, and getting unstuck. Oh, unblocking and getting unstuck. Interesting. So somebody's trying to let something go and start new. Person two is having to do with some courage. This is transmutation of fear, bravery, self-discipline, moral strength, and breaking limiting beliefs. So that is what person two is doing. Person two is in the energy of trying to break away from some kind of limiting beliefs. I don't know if it was the hidden truth reading from earlier or it was the morning energy read, but there is definitely a theme going on in the energy right now of breaking some limiting beliefs. So that's what person two is doing. In the middle, we've got Mike the Myomancer. This is Stone Man energy. This is Earth energy, very slow. But it is, it is changing, it is growing, it is evolving, but it is taking its time. This is, so, it feels like, what they're telling me is you're going to have to be quiet to get these messages. I don't know why they're not louder. You know what I mean? Like, why do messages always have to be so quiet? And they're saying it's because we want you to drown out the things that are too loud, because that's not important. You have to listen to the things that are small, that are quiet, that are in the background, that are kind of tickling at your senses. What is your heart saying that you're trying to ignore? What is your inner mind saying that you're trying to keep quiet? So this is messages and small clues, omens and portents, signs, details, and patterns in the small. Yeah. So look for signs and synchronicities. Look for clues in your dreams. There's a lot going on in Pisces right now, so dreams can be all over the place. Some nights they'll be it'll be restful sleep. Some nights it's going to be a little bit more harder to tune in, but that's interesting. And person one, again, is going through a change, trying to alchemize a new path, realigning towards something fantastic. Now we'll get some clarifiers on these. 3 for each. And again, let's remember that the blank card is on the bottom here. What's underneath of it? Ecstasis. Oh my goodness. So this is the bottom of the deck. We've got the blank card, a new start, a blank slate, nothing is written yet. Underneath that we had ecstasis. This is ecstasy and joy. This represents the void, the 5D, where souls can meet if they're not in contact. It's also where our true souls can meet, even if we are interacting with each other in the waking life. There's, there's strictures in the waking life. There's roles to play. There's boundaries to think about. There's limits that we have to abide by in this realm. But in the 5D, all that is stripped away, and we can address each other and interact with each other as our pure souls. That is where these souls are meeting, on the 5D, and that represents, quote unquote, the void, where there is no noise in the void. What was I saying earlier about listening to something way underneath, things that are quiet? Okay, it's talking about this in the void, and this is ecstasy and joy. Underneath that we have another stone man, something that's going very slow. Geo the slow. It's what is the rush? Cycles of time call for patience. Slow down. It's out of your hands, but in progress. Ooh, I love it. So I mean, that's really that's actually kind of encouraging. Okay, we've got, oh, how did this go? First one is a blank slate. Second one is ecstasis. Last one is Geo the slow. Slow down. It's in progress, but it's slow. So let's get this clarifiers for person one, please. Why is person one in Nellis the Alchemist energy? This is temperance energy. This is trying to find a balance or a new solution. Okay, we've got the back of the sun. We did have the 10 of Pentacles, but it came out with something else. We've got the star. Okay, yep, that's recalibrating your direction. Okay, and what else for person one? Thank you. Judgment. Judgment, judgment. So they may be mirroring each other. I feel that there may be some mirroring here. But in opposite ways. Does that make sense? Like when you look in the mirror, your left side is your right side. It's the same image, but it's reverse, right? So there could be some mirroring here. This person too is definitely going through an energy of restructuring, like really studying what their belief systems are and why they're limiting them. And here in with person one, we've got judgment, calling judgment on something. So they may be mirroring each other. So let's start with the first card. Nellis the Alchemist. I can't show her the whole card because she's got her booty cheek out. But this is somebody alchemizing something. Like I said, this is temperance energy. Temperance is measuring things back and forth, trying to find a good solution. Often when to do that though, they have to integrate things that they wouldn't have thought would work before. So there's a real trial and error kind of energy to temperance. Sagittarius energy. So this is the sun on the front side, that's the outer self, but we drew for person one the reverse of the sun, which is the inner self. Now let's see what this says. It says, beware of challenges, prepare for dark times, but remain positive. Okay, Next, we have the star, front facing, rebirth, renewal after a tower. Oh, redirection and happy healing. Oh, hope and healing. Okay, so the star comes out after there's been a tower. So, person one has in the past gone through a restructuring, recalibrating. The star is a new direction. Think of the North Star. Think of the star that sailors sail to, right? In the past, before we had GPS, everything was done by the stars. And everybody knew from the pole star, from Polaris, which direction was home. And to me, the star, besides wishes and dreams and going towards your purpose, is facing your soul towards home. Okay, it's going back home. So then here we've got judgment. That's the front side. That's the outer self. But we drew the inner self. I think. Oh no, I can't. The kid is naked. So here's judgment on the back side. This is the inner self. This is, oh, a purge. Oh, see? Purge, or the divine will keep the lessons for the new cycle. Yeah, I hope that resonates with somebody. When the tower comes and it washes away the things that are in your way, because when a tower is built, it's built very strong. The image is that you're trapped in it now and you can't undo it brick by brick. So there's been a point in person one's situation where the divine had to come in and break them loose. Okay? Or help facilitate it, because they are in Nellis the Alchemist energy. So they did a lot of this change for themselves. But somewhere along the line, the divine gave it a little push and helped to bring down some structures that were restricting their growth and movement. Now, here after the tower, we've got the star, which is redirection. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a goose? No, that's an ibis, I think. Okay, I'm not sure about that one. But after that, here we are with judgment in the review. Now, usually judgment is liberation and a wake-up call, but something that's coming back from the grave that you get to reassess and either put it to rest or revisit it, resurrect it. On the backside, it's saying, let it go, purge it, or the divine will keep it for a new cycle. So somebody's in an energy of, if I don't get rid of this, whatever this burden was, I'm just going to repeat this cycle. Okay? And they know that this is going to be a challenge, because here we have, like I said, the sun on the backside, which is preparing for challenge. And I think, though, they are preparing, but it's like I'm hearing they're preparing for the worst. And they may be with this, like the Myomancer, this slow energy with Geo the slow, they may be slowing themselves down a little bit by being a little too much in that fear state of of these challenges that are going to be way too much for them to handle. But this advice is, let it go, or the divine is going to make you go through it again. Okay, so that's what they're trying to alchemize, a way to not go through this again. So let's go to person two. Person two has the singer of courage. They're trying to transmute their fear and be brave. Be brave and self-disciplined and breaking their limiting beliefs. So please clarify for person two these limiting beliefs. Oh, somebody has financial clause in them, or they're beholden to somebody financially. Yeah. Oof, this is a tough one. Person two's going through it. So we dropped these kind of at the same time, but I first want to talk about the Knight of Swords. It is Look at that. Barely tamed nature, quick to argue, impulsive, a fighter, not a lover. Oh my goodness, what is this person going through? This Knight of Swords. That must be from the backside because the Knight of Swords is not. Let's see. A mind that wanders hides. Yeah, okay. So the outer self here, if we had drawn this, it says a mind that wanders hides a heart that is seeking home. What did I say about them mirroring each other? This person is recalibrating with the star towards a new direction. This person, with their inner self, is kind of a little frazzled here. On the excuse me, on the front side, that Knight of Swords is wanting to go home, or find a home, is seeking a home, a heart seeking a home. But with it in the reverse, it's like they're pushing that aside, they're denying that, they're fighting their own nature. So it's saying a fighter, not a lover. I feel like they're fighting their own nature here. It's calling for them to be brave. Then we've got this Six of Pentacles, but this is on the back side. Or wait a minute, this is the outer self. Strings attached. There's an agenda here. Control bought with compassion. So this is somebody who they're sharing resources, but there's strings attached to it. Okay. Then we have the Seven of Cups. But it's on the backside. So this is the inner self. It says, don't overreact. You are okay. Look for allies and perspective. Yeah, this person has to look for somebody who it's not that they have to, it's that they are looking for someone to help. And they need to get some perspective here. Somebody's going to jump the gun and overreact, and I have a feeling it has to do with like temper. Are they going to jump towards the connection, though? I wonder. It says quick to act, a fighter, not a... It's like they're fighting their way out of something. It could be some limiting beliefs about where their allegiance lies, especially financial allegiance, because we do have shared resources here with that Six of Pentacles, but it's got strings attached. There's an agenda here with that connection. It's a financial connection. Now, I don't know if they're dependent on someone or someone is dependent on them, and that is the limiting beliefs that they are being kept in, right? I can't go anywhere because this person depends on me. The situation depends on me. People depend on me. But underneath this call to bravery, this call to have courage, this very uprooted Knight of Swords wants to fight their way out. Okay? Now let's get the connection, please. They're telling me the bottom cards are the connection. Okay, I'll take it. They're saying that these cards that we drew from the bottom are clarifying the connection itself. So here on Mike the Myomancer, we've got the blank card, a brand new beginning is possible. Then we've got ecstasis, which is the joy in the 5D where they meet. And Geo the slow. Something is taking time. Patience, have patience. Yeah, they do seem on very separate pages, but again, mirroring each other, recalibrating direction. Or at least trying to. Person 2 is having much more difficult time breaking out of whatever they're being restricted by. For Geo the Slow again, it says, what's the rush? Cycles of time take patience. Slow down and get up. Oh, wait. What does that say? Oh, it's out of your hands. Okay. So that's a reminder from the connection that it's not in our control. And it's progressing slow because it's supposed to. Or it has to. Right? That's interesting. Are you sure you don't want me to draw from this? They're saying no. Okay, let's get a summary here. Person 1 is alchemizing the change because there has been a tower. Probably a little bit further back in the past because they're already past it and they're onto the star energy, which is recalculating a new direction. They're preparing for the worst, but I think that's fear. They just don't want to redo this cycle. They don't want to redo this cycle, and that may be the fear that's holding them back from actually moving forward. They're both in this Mike the Myomancer energy. They're both in that Stone Man, Geo the Slow kind of. It's taking time to make this change, because one is being too cautious and one might be being too reckless. Right? They're gonna miss each other. That's what I'm thinking. But the connection that once they do come together, or once they do both recognize where they're going, I heard this connection is lit. It's just going to take a little bit of time because it's brand new for both of them. That's what that white card is. They're telling me, the white card. Ecstasis is love and joy. There's nothing but joy. It's also separation is an illusion, they say. Is that what this says? Yeah, separateness is an illusion. They're saying they're already one on the other side. They're already one in the 5D. That's what I'm trying to say. And that has to do with those small messages and omens that they need to listen to in the quiet, because that's them communicating with each other. So that's what I have for the lovers. Let's get an oracle message, please. Maybe it'll explain a little more. So again, a summary. Person 1 has gone through a tower in the past. They're recalibrating their path. They are a little bit shaky, expecting the worst, preparing for the worst. But if they don't let those limiting beliefs go, the divine is going to bring that back around with the judgment card to a new cycle where they have to learn that lesson again. So that's why they're being cautious. Person 2 is about to tear their hair out. They just want to find it, like I said with that Knight of Swords card. Quick to how does it say here? Barely tamed nature, quick to argue and impulsive, a fighter, not a lover. They're on edge. On edge, on top of that card of trying to be brave, trying to transmute fear and be self-disciplined. So that could have to do with that Six of Pentacles. They're trying to stay disciplined because there is a connection here that there's strings attached. So they're trying to stay disciplined, but that Knight of Swords energy is deep in them. They are ready to tear their hair out because they are trying to juggle too many things. I heard, look at how he's got that 7 of Cups there. It looks like he's juggling them. Now, I don't usually get that energy from the 7 of Cups. It's usually just choosing something. The juggling card is the 2 of Pentacles, but this is more intense. This is emotional juggling. And look at the way the 7 of Cups looks against the 6 of Pentacles. All those balls in the air, and then all the cups in the air. This person is really, he wants to just drop everything and get on his horse and get the fuck out of there. Oh my goodness. Can we get some guidance for these lovers, please? I see you. Can we get some guidance for the lovers, please? Just one, my goodness. This might not be the right deck. Let's see. Let's see what we get. Is this one? High Priest? Intend and create. Okay, let's see what this says here. High Priest. It's interesting. I've had this deck for a long time. The High Priest is rare, but he's dropped out maybe 3 times. High Priestess, not yet. Isn't that crazy? There's a match with that. where should I put that there? Okay, so High Priest, intend and create. It says recognize that you have the power to change your life. Face your fear and align with the light. Oh, see, somebody's trying to face their fears. And that's what that the singer of courage set was saying. It says you're a bridge between heaven and earth, and it's important for you to know that you are more powerful and connected than you may think. Everything everything you're giving attention and energy to at this time is creating your way forward. There have been there have been some setbacks, but accept these as experiences that have led you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your spirit. Know that you are being guided by the ancestors to direct your thoughts and energies towards what you want to grow, heal, and expand. And then watch it happen right before your eyes. So I believe person two is going to have to let go a little bit. They're going to have to let go of what's limiting them and let go of control. Whatever is controlling them, or they have to control. Person two is going to have to, I'm sorry, person one is going to have to let go of the fear of moving forward because they don't want to repeat a cycle. As long as person one redirects towards something new, leave behind what you go towards what you alchemize, leave behind what the tower brought down, and you won't go back to that. But you have to learn the lessons that um, that situation taught them. Okay, that's what I have. I hope that resonated. If it did, leave me a thumbs up. Share, subscribe. My details are in the description. I'm available for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. Any feedback, signal boost is much appreciated. So what do we have coming up next? Tomorrow we'll have the morning energies, and then I think we're doing Sagittarius placements. And I think we'll be on another moon cycle, so we'll do a moon reading in the next couple days. So if you got this far, thanks for sticking with me until I see you again in the next reading. Okay, thanks, bye.